Here we are at Rising Dogs headquarters. We're here to talk to Mark Willott about his rig, and he's got plenty of pedals. So let's start by looking at Mark Willott's rig. Okay, first I want to ask you, why are you using the Kemper?
The Kemper was the first modeler I used, which I've sort of stuck with as it's become updated, and being able to have a full desktop controller. You see it's plumbed into the Mac here, so I've got full control over it. Any modifications I want to make to patches, anything like that, it's right here. It's convenient, it's eye level, but also it's robust. It is, it's tried and tested, and unlike some of the modelers, the buttons are quite far apart, so for my big feet that helps. So because the Kemper, it has two MIDI outputs, I'm basically controlling the whole rig from the Kemper. So although I've got a pedal board in front here, I don't have to touch anything here. So I've got the knife drop here, which is just at the front of the rig, so that's that before that goes into the Kemper, but that's bypassed and only turned on from a MIDI signal from the Kemper. So the bass comes in, noise gate, compressor, and then we go into the synth pedal. And the synth pedal is set up purely to do a sub sine wave, and I bring that on when I'm playing up the frets riffs, lots of distortion, to give the low end a lot of clarity. Out of the C4 here, I've got a clean signal out to the LS2 here. So that's just pure sub-synth that goes into there, which is again activated by a MIDI from the Kemper, and that gets combined with all of the rest of the sounds that come back round to this loop. So what you have in effect is the ability to blend clean sub-synth with your bass distortions, everything else that's going on.
Just tell me a little bit more about the knife drop. So this was taken from Jack White's
yeah, so the knife
pedal,
knife drop, similar to like the Plasma, they're very signature sounds, so they are very creative, very inspirational pedals. So for one song in particular, it wrote the song.
Could you just actually pick up the bass? We want to see the electric in the Plasma because it's just so damn cool. Right, is it working, Mark?
Yeah, so this is the Plasma. Using the morph function, I can gradually take that off and lift the high cut. And then when I hit this one, it engages the sub-synth and... So I've got Moog Subsequent 37, and it's plumbed into the effects return of the Kemper. The beauty of that is when I engage the patch with the effects return on and I'm able to play the Moog, it cuts off the bass guitar. So like while I'm playing the Moog, I'm not subject to any noise from the bass. It just cuts the bass off completely. But using the filters live as well. Just to control the aggression of it really more than anything, but play the Moog without worrying. Same for the Machine Mark III over here, which is all plumbed through Logic, and that's all connected through this system here. So down you'll see everything is connected via USB.
This, yeah.
So everything is one cable to the Mac, and then this device here is just that networks to the mixer. It's USB to all the pedals. It just is a hub for everything, even provides power to the Mac. So obviously just one lead to the Mac and that's sorted. One of the coolest things about being able to use Logic as well is that I always wanted to have big vocal chords and like harmonised harmonies, multiple harmonies.
When we were trying to do harmonies, we originally played a chord, and that would set the certain level for you to sing to.
Yeah. So I come up with the idea to see if I could get it to play MIDI chords without playing a keyboard. So I programmed the chords into Logic, and I set up markers for the chords that I wanted to sing in any given song. You can see here, as I change patches on the Kemper, it's flicking between these markers on the Logic program. So that means that I can sing a chord at the touch of a button. 1, 2. Yeah, so you can hear vocoding now, different chords for different chords of the song. But this is utilising the knife drop, the plasma, in Notion of Panic, and the harmonies through the setup here. So Logic's playing all the time, so when I'm bypassing the vocals, it's on this little loop here, which has just got nothing. And then that means that there's no feedback of tones, because if I put that on, it was like, you know, even the snare drum would make harmonies and things like that, but it meant that we could go from... The beauty of it is, although it's a very complicated setup, once it's set up, it's very simple to use, and it's one button.
And what about this beautiful machine over here?
Yeah, so this is basically playing samples implemented from a song called God Said. And this is, again, just plumbed through Logic, and we get to have samples like this and something. So I love electronic music, I love synthesizers and technology and that. And it always just, you know, with the noise of the guitars and that mid-range and that, it's always nice to drop a bit of sub-bass in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's hope the Mac doesn't die whilst on stage.
Well, that wouldn't matter, because we can bypass it all. I've got a backup rig,
Glad you said it wouldn't matter.
which negates the whole lot, and would just go down to the raw Kemper and things like that. And the whole thing runs through a good old analog, heavy-duty TD650 EBS. This is one of the most powerful amps ever.
And what are you playing through speaker-wise?
2 EBS cabs, 4x10.
I'll look close, Tim, over there.
And the 1x15. They have lasted me, I don't know, what we're talking now, 15 years maybe. So I've got through 2 of these, but yeah. I've just come back to it actually. I've just bought one off Reverb and that. But this is the final stage. So this has got the speaker emulated output, but I'm basically shaping my outgoing sound here.